Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. Today we are going to talk about some of the specifics in Flesh and Blood 2.0 as it pertains to the way that they are going to be doing the new booster boxes, about First Edition Unlimited, what stays the same and what changes, and all those things on retiring the First Edition. All that part of FAB 2.0. So without further ado, we'll hop into it. You guys have probably all read the article and all heard about FAB 2.0. These are just going to be some of my thoughts on it. I totally understand the reason that they are doing this, the reason that they are retiring Unlimited. This is something that we have talked a lot about on the channel, where First Edition and Unlimited, they need to get the cards into players' hands early on. That makes it really hard to do when distribution is holding boxes back for First Edition and stores are holding boxes back for First Edition. So the unlimited model was not working. In addition, I've talked a lot about on this channel about how the prices between those two cards is also not working. That because of the supply of First Edition and then Unlimited comes out, the Unlimited just isn't needed. The First Edition just wasn't special enough. The difference between like a Legendary was only $20 to $30, and so the difference wasn't there. So let's hop in and evaluate their decision making on this new box, which I think is a much needed solution to a very, very big problem that is so much more deep than even they get into the article, but so much even more deep than just this First Edition versus Unlimited thing. It actually drips all the way down to the distribution model and what is happening at the core component, especially in the United States market, the core component of what's going on with distributors and Channel Fireball. And what I think this is that this fixes, or can maybe hopefully fix, some of those issues where these distributors, these large stores are holding boxes back, and that will help the market get the cards early. And so the point that they are focusing here is on playing games, and this has been a very, very intentional highlighted thing. Every time they talk about this, they highlight that they care. Flesh and Blood is now focused very, very much on playing the game. I don't want to use the word predominantly or 100% or anything like that, because I do think like they do have people who care about collecting and all that kind of thing, but the focus here is playing games. You see that all highlighted everywhere. They want you to know, Flesh and Blood, Legend Story Studios wants you to know that Flesh and Blood is a game for players. So very well, they want you to have the boxes on release day, and want there to be no issue with players getting boxes on release day. They kind of say, why not do First Edition Unlimited? You've read all this. Let's get to the plan. Let's get to what this is. What this is a change to Unlimited and First Edition that's going to result in one printing of Uprising, which is the new set, really exciting. One printing of this that's going to have cold foils mixed into the boxes, but at a higher pull rate, or a more hard pull rate. Well, that's not really true. A lot of people, myself included, kind of miss this idea that there will still be a cold foil per box. These will just be rare and majestic or common cold foils. Your legendary cold foil is now 3 times more rare, and your fabled cold foil is also going to be 3 times more rare, according to right here. Legendary and fabled cold foils in Uprising are around 3 times more rare than they have historically been. Now, this is, of course, offset by rainbow foil versions that are slightly more frequent. So you're going to still see, rainbow foil legendaries and all that kind of thing, just like it was in an Unlimited box. Now, I will say, I personally, and this is a personal opinion, I personally would have liked to see the legendary pull rate of those rainbow foils more like every 2 boxes, so something that was a little bit easier to get those legendaries to offset the box price, where you don't have these really really expensive boxes and then these really, really cheap boxes, to try to lower the price of the legendary rainbow foil specifically into that like $50 price point rather than where they currently are, which I would say is like $120 price point or something like that. I don't know, you can use weird. My point is, like, to bring it down, you get 2 of them per case, so you get the same kind of value in your case in terms of financial value, but it lowers the barrier of entry for players and makes the boxes less spiky. So I would have liked to see that, but that is just an opinion. I also think that the rest of the box kind of makes sense. Majestic 1 per 4 packs. I like that we're not going to have this kind of big issue of understanding which set this or which printing it was with the different dot on the bottom. But yeah, I think this is a great move forward. I think this is a fantastic move into, I called this earlier this year. I kind of said Flesh and Blood is going to be moving into wanting people to see that they are not the new kids on the block. They're not a new collectible game or whatever. They are a TCG. They are a big game. They were going to lean into this idea that they are a big game. Now, the thing that I would have liked to see in this is a conversation about some sort of, print run. We've never seen any unlimited print run data for Flesh and Blood. This print run, hypothetically, will need to be about the same or more because it's a next set and you're kind of always printing more if your game's growing. The print run will have to be the same or more than the combination of first edition and unlimited print runs from the previous set. So whatever, whatever, we don't know anything about Everfest. I guess unlimited is apparently not coming. It was just something they put on their website to stop people from contacting customer service. But for Tales of Aria, it needs to be the number of boxes for Uprising needs to be the addition of at least first edition and unlimited Tales of Aria. Now, I don't know what that looks like. If there were 125,000 boxes of Monarch first, I don't know if that means there are 300,000 boxes of Monarch Unlimited, so combined you'd need 425,000 boxes. I have no clue. Nobody has any clue what the numbers of Unlimited are other than the team over at LSS. But I would have liked to see something in this. I understand that it's for the players. I would have liked to understand a little bit what their idea will be on making this a collectible asset for the collectors, because just by increasing your fabled cold foil and your legendary cold foil perspective, making these 3 times more difficult to pull doesn't make it any more rare for the legendary cold foils or the fabled cold foils if they print way more boxes, and if they up the print run by 3% or 3x, it'll be about the same value as the Everfest and the other ones. And so it's definitely an interesting thing. I would have liked to hear more of their opinions on that or what they plan to do, but that is what it is. You also will see this new rarity symbol, this Marvels, which these are cards that are like high tier alt versions. I think that the reason that they did this is because most people don't realize how rare the the extended art, like the Earthlore Bounty or Herald of Erudition or Aether Wildfire were. These cards, hypothetically, I think that they are actually more rare than the Fables. Like the pull rates of them, when we did the huge streams and all that stuff, like the pull rates of these are individually very, very rare. So I think they wanted to bring some attention to that and basically suggest, hey, this is a really cool card. This is a really important card. And I think that will actually do the thing. So I kind of like that. I don't think it's really adding much other than like now people will understand how much more rare it is and it's something to chase. That little, triangle is actually something little to chase. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. Overall, I think the most important aspect of this is, does this prevent the distributors and Channel Fireball and these stores that were holding product back? Does this prevent them from doing that as a result of not having these 2 distinguishing products? And in my opinion, this is a good step forward for that. Everyone's talking about this as a player-based thing. Listen, nobody had a hard time getting Everfest cards for players. Like there were no players that were like, I don't have my Everfest card. So I don't know that this is like a full solution for that. Like I don't know that that's really what matters. I think players already had their cards. The first edition print run increase already got cards into the players' hands. That being said, it didn't solve this distribution stuff. So I personally think that this is a way more important aspect as it lies into the distribution element of this game. Let's hope that it works. Let's see how it happens. Let's see what the print run is. But I think it's a really, really big step in the right direction. So let me know what you think about the good old, changes here that are happening in Uprising. It'd be very interesting to hear your thoughts, as I know the community has been talking a lot about. I think it's a good step forward. So hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.